loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Katrina, also known as Princess K, and I am back with another video for you guys. And as you can tell by the title, ColourPop has added to their no filter collection. They are going to be releasing new foundations as well as setting powders and sheer press powders. Let's go ahead and jump into this video, but before you do that, please subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. I love getting new subscribers. I love interacting with you guys. So before you continue this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. But let's get started. So ColourPop recently announced that they are going to be adding 3 new items to their no filter collection. They're going to be adding a foundation for $12, a setting powder for $9, and the sheer press powders are $9 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the foundations and do some swatches, and as I go along with my foundation routine, I will show the other products and talk about them and, you know, give my thoughts and opinions. So I was sent 3 shades out of the 42 shades of their no filter foundation line. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch some of these and get into the colors. I got sent Deep Dark 190, Deep Dark 195, and I also got sent Deep Dark 200. So just off the bat, they're looking a little bit similar in shade range, so I'm going to make sure that I swatch all of these, so let's do that. So here are the swatches of them. This is 190, 195, and then 200. They definitely do look similar to each other, so I'm going to go ahead and lean more towards 200, but I'm going to show you on my face too, just really quick, so you guys can get a better feeling of swatches, because chest and face can be a little bit different. I want to give you guys like a full-on review of the foundations. I know I'm all up close and personal, but these are the swatches. So this is 190, 195, and then 200. I'm just gonna blend them out a little bit. So that is 190, that is 195, and then that is 200. So that is just a better view of them. So I'm leaning definitely more towards 200 because that is obviously way too light. Honestly, so far I'm not getting any like oxidizing, so they are like true to color. I don't feel like it's oxidizing or changing color. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 200. So now I'm gonna just go ahead and take the Deep Dark 200 and just do a couple. So far with just these little dots on my face, it seems like a little of this is gonna go a long way because it's more of a thinner consistency, because it's kind of runny, which I'm not. I'm actually going to be using the new beauty blender. This is the Sapphire one, and I'm going to blend that out. So this is just one layer of the foundation, and it's looking pretty, at least like medium to buildable coverage. And honestly, now having this foundation on, I feel like I could have gone with the Deep Dark 195. But this isn't bad because I can definitely fix this with concealer. So I'm not really mad at Deep Dark 200. I actually like it, and it may too just be my hair because my hair is a lighter color. So it's kind of like, you know how lighter hair will make you look a little bit more darker or like tan, especially if you are dark skinned. So I'm not saying my hair is washing me out, but definitely is kind of playing with the colors. And it's supposed to be a natural matte finish, and I can say that. I can say it's giving me kind of like it's still like natural looking, but it is also matte. So I can see that, and I think it looks really good. Now it's hard for me to say if things are full coverage because my skin, I don't really have too many blemishes. Like I may get like a pimple here and there, but other than that, like skin wise, my skin is pretty smooth, so I don't have much to cover up. But for this to be one layer, it's actually looking pretty good. I had some discoloration around my mouth and you can't really see it. I had a pimple right here, some kind of like pimple scars, and you can't really see them, so I'm not mad at it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. So this is actually my first time using the No Filter concealer. I know it's been out for a while, but I just didn't get my hands on it and I didn't do a review on it. So I'm actually happy I waited. I can do the whole entire like no filter collection. So I'm gonna be using the color Dark 48, and this is the closest color to my Too Faced concealer and my Tarte Shape Tape concealer. But I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it on the back of my hand just so you guys can see the color I'm going to be using. So that is the color, that is the Dark 48. So taking that same beauty blender, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. So this concealer definitely helped that foundation color, so it's looking a little bit better and more kind of like my natural skin color. So I actually really like the finish and coverage of the concealer too. It's definitely giving me like a flawless type look. The concealers are $6 as well, and of course they are already out, so you can already purchase these on ColourPop Cosmetics. So I was also sent 2 of the setting powders. I got sent the banana color with the medium dark color. That is what it looks like, just your regular banana powder. It has a yellow undertone. It's a little bit more yellow than the Ben Nye banana powder, so it has more of a yellow undertone. Medium dark setting powder. It's a little bit darker than this. It has more of a warmer undertone. If you guys can see that, it's a little bit warmer. So I'm gonna use both of these for my face. So starting out with the banana one, I'm going to set my concealer. And so I like to use a banana or kind of like yellow setting powder, and then I like to set my face because I just like being really full coverage. So I kind of like that they give you a setting powder and kind of like a pressed powder as well. And I feel like even for my dark skin tone, like I can get away with it. It's not too light and it's kind of giving me a brightening effect, which I am really liking. So let's see. And before y'all start saying that I'm looking a little crazy, I'm gonna move on and do the medium dark setting powder. This is kind of how I look too when I'm using my Sacha Buttercup. It kind of just gives me a more brighter effect, and then I go ahead and tone it down and fix it up. So this is normal to me. This isn't like, oh my gosh, this setting powder is too light. So I'm gonna just keep moving on. I'm gonna be using the darker setting powder, which is the medium deep. And for that, I received a brush that I'm going to be using. This is the F1 brush. Definitely is a powder brush, so I'm going to take that because I'm going to be working on the outer parts of my face, and a beauty blender just won't work for this part, so I'm going to use that. So I kind of just warmed up my face. I'm going to just talk a little bit about the setting powders. So I forgot to mention that there are 3 setting powders. There's a translucent, a banana, and then the medium deep. So I got the 2 kind of like darker ones. So I will say that it did warm up my face a little bit. Wish it was a teeny bit darker, but that's okay. It did warm up my face and kind of get rid of that harsh line that the banana powder was putting on my face. So I'm gonna keep moving on. Next we have the sheer pressed powder. So the sheer pressed powders come in 6 shades. Out of the 6 shades, I got sent 2 colors. I got sent dark and deep dark. So I'm gonna show you what the colors kind of look like. So this is what the back is looking like for dark, kind of light to describe dark, and then this is deep dark. So here is the dark color, and then this is deep dark. Now kind of looking at them, I do wish they were a lot more pigmented, but this is me not using it yet, but just looking at it, I kind of wish that this dark it can't be really described as dark because it's not that dark, but I do wish it had more of a warmer yellow undertone. And then I wish that this one was a little bit darker. If this is going to be deep dark, this kind of should have been way darker, but let's go ahead and try to use these. So I'm going to be using dark to go over my face. It's a little bit more warm once it comes off the brush, so let's see. It is brightening. I do wish it did have more of a yellow undertone, because right now I'm feeling like this is just a little bit too light, but we'll see. Let's keep going. And now I'm gonna go ahead and use the deep dark. That's what it's looking like on the brush. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face and then come back and talk about each product and my thoughts and all of that good stuff. So I went ahead and finished the rest of my look off camera. So I didn't do anything else to my face except add highlighter just to complete the look. So I'm gonna do a wear test because it's supposed to be long wearing and I need to go run a couple errands anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear it and then come back and tell you guys how I feel about it and my thoughts and opinions. So right now it is 3:20. It is 3:20 right now, so I'll probably be back in a couple of hours. It is already middle of the day, so I will be back probably later on tonight to show you guys how it held up, if I got my smile lines, whatever, you know. So I'm gonna come back and tell you guys how I feel about it. So I'll be back in a couple of hours. Okay guys, so it is now 7:55. Let me prove it to you guys. Well, it's 7:56. Oh, it is 7:56. I left around 3:20 p.m. so it is about like 4 hours, maybe 4 hours and 30 minutes, something around that. And this is what the foundation is looking like right now. I haven't touched anything up. Only thing I did touch up was my lips, but face wise I did not touch anything else. It held up pretty well. I was laughing, cracking up. It was pretty hot. It was like 78 degrees, and where I'm at in San Diego, that is pretty hot for us. I did go to my friend's house, my best friend Alexis. I went to her house, and when I first got there, I asked them like what they thought of the foundation and the color, and they said that it looked good, but they couldn't tell really because my hair color, which is what I mentioned earlier, that my hair color may be having me look a little bit washed out, but they did say that it matches really well on my neck and everything, that it looks really good. And in my opinion, I think so too. I think me using that deep dark 200 color was actually okay, and I was able to make it work. I think it looks really good. I haven't creased. My natural oils aren't coming through yet, and I know it hasn't been like 9-10 hours, but still, I mean, I was out and about running errands, you know, getting into my hot car, you know, so it held up pretty good. I do wish that the sheer pressed powders were a little bit more pigmented, that deep dark had a little bit more warmth to it, and I wish that the dark pressed powder, which probably in my opinion shouldn't be called dark because it's not dark, but I feel like that should have been a little bit more warm as well, with a little bit more of a yellow undertone, because it was just like you were putting the same exact color of the banana powder right back on your face. And for that to be something for dark skin, I think that it could have had a little bit more of a yellow tone, just to make sure that we do get that color back in our face, or it kind of gives us like this ashy look. I just want to comment really quick on the price. I think that ColourPop always has affordable products, so I mean, I would invest in it. It's not that much. The foundation is only $12, the concealer is $6, and both the setting powder and the sheer pressed powders are $9. So it's not too crazy. I mean, I wouldn't mind investing in that. I think that's a good price point for all of the products. It's kind of like a little mini face kit, honestly. So unfortunately though, I wasn't able to get any darker shades or the lighter shades, so I kind of can't really talk about the range and the undertones of all of the foundations, so sorry about that. But from those foundations that I showed, you can kind of get an idea of some of the undertones, especially for anyone my skin tone. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. I always want to tell you guys, don't just take my word for it. Go ahead and try it out and let me know what you think and how it works for your skin, because everybody is different. Things just apply differently to people. We have different techniques, so try it out for yourself. Don't just go based off of what I say. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I can't wait to see you guys next time, and please subscribe to my channel. And yeah,